How many of you ever thought that your marriage, your family, would be broken up because you elected to vaccinate your child? It didn't occur to you that vaccines are normal, we should all do them, that someday it would actually cause a rent in the foundation of your family. It would cause divorce, it would cause you to be distanced from your kids, it might even cause you to be, torn away from your own life. So the damages that we oftentimes hear that occur right after vaccination of children don't just end with that child being damaged. It doesn't just cause illness and injury in that one person. It has a ripple effect. Couples get divorced. It wells up. Just like we're seeing right now with the COVID virus and the potential for a vaccine, we see a giant rift in the entire global population. It's not a partisan issue. It is a heart issue. It is a being issue. And it happens to be that it comes from people who all want the same thing. They want to help people survive. And what's happening is they want people to survive, but they want to do it in different ways. One faction wants to believe and achieve that people can survive as they have for hundreds of thousands of years on this planet by valuing the ability of people to do work, the value of people to take care of themselves, the value of the environment to take care of those people. When we take care of the earth, it takes care of us. And when we don't take care of the microbes in the soil, the animals on the planet, it doesn't respond by taking care of us, it takes care of itself. Then there are those people who feel that humans have a better handle and can make better decisions about how to make the environment function for humans. And what happens is, oftentimes when humans make those kinds of decisions, they leave crucial details out of the equation. And when they leave those crucial details out, then larger things happen that were unexpected or maybe unforeseen, because as human beings, we understand a lot, but we don't understand everything. We know more about the moon than we do about the oceans. We know more about outer space than we do about soils and grasses and bacteria that live in them and how to maintain them. That's not to say that either one of those studies is more important than the other. What I'm getting at is having our faith in the fact that those soils and grasses and our planet has an ability to survive and thrive without our help, because we have an ability, an internal innate ability to survive and thrive without our own help, without our own adding of things. We don't need additional, preventive chemistry to help our bodies do what they're supposed to do. We oftentimes need to remove some of the additional chemicals that we've already added to help that body do what it's supposed to do. And this is where we come down to the idea that the damage to these children is but the tip of the iceberg of what happens when vaccines injure people, because they don't just injure one child. They injure an entire family, they injure an entire community, because it's the entire community that then has to relate or disrelate or understand or not understand what is happening. And just like our inability to understand our entire planet, we have a limited ability right now to understand all of those things that go on in that individual. Our brains make 100,000 decisions in a second so that we can continue to survive without our assistance. Our eye can see 50,000 different shades of color and determine lights and darks, and that's what helps us with determining our world, depth perception, all of those things. And yet, we ourselves have difficulty deciding whose turn it is to go first at a four-way stop. And that is where the human factor comes in. That's where the human indecision and inability to be certain and to have that faith in our inner selves comes in. We have uncertainty. We create uncertainty. And through that uncertainty, we also can create problems. So having a lot more faith in the ability for this earth to do its thing, and having a lot more value for those individual lives, not just one life at a time, but each life that affects thousands and hundreds of thousands of lives. They don't have to be Martin Luther King to affect hundreds of thousands of lives. They don't have to be, Mahatma Gandhi to affect hundreds of thousands of lives, and they don't have to be wealthy to affect hundreds of thousands of lives. Every day, every life, person, plant, bacteria, animal, affects hundreds of thousands around it. And when that happens in a positive way, in a way that it is set up to do, things prosper. And when it happens in a way that we try to do it because we think that it's important to bring everything up to technology, we see failures. We see things slide back. Being impoverished is not a factor of money. It is often a factor of value of the human being, just for being. Not because of how much money we can get from them, but in how productive their love is, how productive their life is, and how their life affects others. So today I'd like you to think about the fact that we all really have the same goal to prosper, the same goal to continue human life on this planet, and the same goal to be kind to those around us. If we choose that goal to be appropriate, if we choose to understand that it can be achieved in different ways, and maybe in different ways in different regions, as opposed to having to impose one order throughout. But in the same way that there are different environments on the planet, there are different regions of culture. And there are different ways in which the value of humans is appreciated. And when we value humans more, and we value plants and bacteria and animals more, we see communities thrive. And that is where animal chiropractic is a key component to helping those communities thrive and survive. Because it's through the example that our animal patients, as animal chiropractic patients, show their humans what they are capable of doing and how capable they are of healing and surviving, that allows those communities to understand what they are capable of as well. So, what I'm asking you to do is that as humans, I want you to consider that even those people with whom you disagree have your best intentions in mind as well. And that if we can agree to have the same purpose, perhaps we can agree to find solutions, even though they might not all be exactly the same in each community. If you are a veterinarian or a chiropractor and would like to contribute to helping your community be more healthy and more cognizant of how it can heal from the inside out, you can find more information at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where you can sign up and begin your courses the same day. Thanks for joining me. I'm Dr. Amy Hayek, President and co-founder of Animal Chiropractic Education Source, where we train animal chiropractors to build successful animal chiropractic practices.